Alright. Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to this special recording. I guess you want to call it special, but I figured that I should do it like this instead of using my camera to film this. That way I can just get it saved automatically and upload it, and I don't have to worry about editing and all that kind of stuff. But this is something that we discussed on our last live stream that we did about the prices living here in Hawaii, you know, the price and cost of living here. And even Logan can tell you how expensive things are here. But so this is the whole point of this Zoom recording. I wanted to like jump on and actually make a video for you guys about what it's like living here in Hawaii and the cost of living here. As you guys know, we went to Bakersfield in September, and then for 2 weeks, that was ending of November and into December. So it was for 2 weeks towards the ending of the year, and then 1 week in September. The second time we went to California, we did a lot of grocery shopping. And I can tell you right now, the money that we spent on grocery shopping actually was a lot cheaper than here. You gonna take that, Logan? Okay. So it was actually a lot cheaper, and we were pretty much buying for 3 people when we did go grocery shopping, and it was like anywhere from $90 to $99, and that is cheap considering the fact that when we do go grocery shopping here, when we buy for 3 people and we try to stock up for the week or whatever, it's anywhere from $120 to sometimes even $140. There was one time that we actually spent $200 recently on groceries, and it wasn't like we had like 2-3 wagon fulls of groceries. I call it wagons, and some of you guys may call it shopping carts, but it wasn't like we had 2-3 full of groceries, like shopping carts full of groceries. It was just one wagon, and it wasn't even that filled. So that's the cost, you know, like groceries here can be very expensive. And then we went to Rite Aid because I needed to, well, this is just one example. When we went to Rite Aid, I needed to go and buy some personal products for me. And the pack that I bought was usually something that I would buy here in Hawaii. And it was like $7, as to where if I go to CVS, it's like $10, $11. So yeah, I was amazed, to put it nicely, on how more cost effective, cost wise, whatever you want to say, what it was in California than it is here. I'm sure like everywhere else that you go to, there's always going to be things that are areas that are more expensive. Like, okay, I'm guessing like someplace like Los Angeles, California, for example. I've seen the prices there for like rentals. It can be costly because it's a highly, what's the word I want to use, like highly populated. They use it for like movies and all that. I'm looking at Logan because I'm trying to figure out the word I want to use, but it's like highly populated with movies, and that area is just like, yeah, that whole general area is just expensive. So I get that. And then of course, when you go up the state, it's more cheaper, it's more reasonably priced. So I get that. It's just here, I mean, like Waikiki area, you guys seen our Waikiki vlogs. Yeah, it's more expensive than maybe here where the town that we live in. Like there's products there that it's like $2-3, not $3, like $3 to $4 that we can get here. We're on where we live, that's like $2. You know, so yeah, I get that. It's the same here with us. There's always going to be areas that are more expensive, but also keep in mind, even though that we live on like the west side of Oahu, we also have our high places that are costly, and it's not that cheap. Apartments in our general area can range from $1,200 and up, and it can increase. That is something that I wanted to share with you guys. So I'm going to screen share my screen. Okay, I'm also gonna search on. So hopefully this is showing up on your guys' end as well when I show the feedback. This is just the Honolulu area of Oahu. So as you can see, this is apartments that are for rent. There are 695 apartments available. So let's zoom in. Let's see. Okay. This right. Okay, right here. Let's just click on this one. I don't know where this. Okay, this is a house for rent, and I should probably block all the address. But in case you guys are interested in where this place is, and you guys want to go and rent it, it is currently. What's the price for this? It's one bath, well, a studio, and it's currently $1,350. Now it looks nice. It has a laundromat on site, and that is just half, for how this is a condo for rent for $2,100. It looks very fancy schmancy. I call it. I say it like that, fancy schmancy. It looks very nice. And if I was able to, I would probably rent it if I could, but I can't. So let's see. As you guys can see, this is some of the pricings for this. Okay, here's another apartment. It's a studio, 2 to 2 bedrooms. It says over here, studio to 2 to 2 bedrooms. The pricing range for any monthly unit that you end up picking is $1,675 to $2,695. So a furnished studio, they have different names for these places. So let's see. Let's go back to maps and let's try my side of the island. Let's close this up. So I'm in this general area. Let's see. So I'm in this general area of the island. Okay. Hello. My internet has been really. Okay, this is an IAEA. This is a house for rent. It looks like a townhome. And from what it looks more like a townhome than an actual. Yeah, it's a townhome, not an actual home. I've seen these places before. And it's a single family home. It looks like a townhome in my opinion. It's currently for rent $2,300. So let's see. Let's click on this one, see what it shows us. This is just something that I wanted to show you guys. So this one is currently $3,300 for a 3-bedroom home. I mean, yeah, it can be expensive, and I'm sure there's places that are probably cheaper than this elsewhere. Yeah, I mean, if you're renting houses, yeah, it's going to be more expensive, but this is a townhome right here, and it currently is $3,000 for a rent. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. As you guys can see here, I mean, it's pretty nice. It looks fancy. Oh, this place looks familiar. I can't remember where I've seen it, but it looks very familiar. But anyway, okay, let's see if we can. I'm gonna type in a place. Let's see. Okay, wait. I'm trying to think of a place. Okay, let's try California. Okay, what? I'm trying to think of a town in California. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second. Okay, you guys can see me. Let's see. So I'm trying to think of a town in I'm just going with California, so that way I can show you guys like the comparisons. Come on, you guys. I'm trying to think of a town. Okay. Let me go back to my screen. And then screen share. This stuff. Okay. This is in California. Let's see. And this is an apartment in California, Irvine, California, and 2 to 4 bedrooms, $724. These are pretty cheap, $724 to $1,136. Now you guys saw the comparison of Oahu to these apartments. You can never ever find an apartment here, especially now in the Hawaii, that's under this price right here where I highlighted, 724 to 882, even 900. You'll never find an actual apartment like how we live in for rent. You're lucky if you guys can actually get something like that for that price, just a room to rent, a bedroom, basically a bedroom to rent in somebody's house. That's because when we first started vlogging and whatnot, that is something that we lived in. If you guys remember, if you guys go back to our older videos before we moved here to this unit that we lived in, we literally rented out a long bedroom, and the owner just basically cut the room in half to where it will look like a living room and a bedroom. But that's basically what you'll find here for that price. If you were to, I can't say all that because I'm not familiar with all the apartments, but generally speaking, should I say, that's the prices that you'll find for apartments. Housing, let me see if I can find something for, oops. Okay, let me see if I can find, okay, let me go back. Okay, this is housing now, okay, instead of apartments. This is just me generally speaking of what I know and I'm aware of, and I'm sharing with you guys. Okay, so this is for sale. This is just an apartment right here, this first one right here, for sale for $470. These ones look like apartments. This is a studio. Okay, let's try and find houses. Yeah, studios for sale, 200. That's how much I seen houses for sale in California. So this 259,000, that is something what I seen in Bakersfield, for example. Okay, this is a house for 629,000. This area that it's for sale is near the beach. So generally when you're more closer to the beach, the more expensive it will get. Look, here's another one, $895,000, and it's near the beach. This one is more, I want to say this direction, I mean, it's 875,000. So, and look, here's another one that's towards this way of me. I know it's hard to see, but it's towards this way of me. It's almost $1 million. It's 9,600,000. Where is this one at? Okay, that one I may have to come back and check too. So anyway, that is just an example. I mean, like I said, the more costly the area that you're looking for, or like in certain places, yeah, I mean, I'm sure the more fancier the housing is, or the bigger it is, or depending on the location, it will get more expensive. But I've seen houses for sale that is actually way cheaper than here in Hawaii that's for sale. And the prices that I've seen, that like the 900,000 one, I've seen places that in, like, I've been looking a lot in California. So I've seen places in that area that is, the more southern you are in California, yeah, it's going to get that price. Or depending on the house, a lot of times they'll charge more. It always depends on the housing, but generally speaking, I've seen some pretty decent houses for under $300,000 compared to here. You guys saw, hopefully that had also showed up for you guys, that heck yeah, it's pretty expensive. But like I said, here in Hawaii, a lot of times if you don't have a good job to where, like, maybe working for the state or a doctor or whatever, you know, a good job like a state job with the government or whatever, this is just me generally speaking my opinion, and Logan can also actually vouch for this as well. So if you don't have like a good job, things are tough. You mean often there's people who are working like 2-3 jobs just to make ends meet and making sure that they can put food on the table, pay for their bills and whatnot. So yeah, it can get pretty tough, rough here in Hawaii. Living here price effective, and if you did want to go for more of your money in terms of being able to like survive, your best bet is to go to move to somewhere that your money can be stretched out more, meaning that there are a lot of people who actually have moved out of state because it's too expensive. And now this is just coming from me. I never left Hawaii until last year when we went to California. So yeah, I mean, I always knew Hawaii was expensive, but until we got to California last year, I was amazed, like how, yeah, I guess you could say, like, I knew how things were here, like how expensive it could get here, but one of those things that my eyes were open even more on how cheaper it was in the mainland compared to Hawaii. Even when Logan and I were in San Francisco for our layover, on multiple occasions, we bought things, of course, from those shops there at the airport. And on the first trip coming back here, we spent like $130 something at the shop in San Francisco, the airport, because we wanted San Francisco memorabilia, and we got quite a bit of stuff for $100 something compared to here. It's like you wouldn't like. You couldn't get as much stuff as we did, and we got quite a bit of stuff from that San Francisco airport. We got snacks, we got clothes. Him and I both got hoodies. So yeah, it was more worth our money compared to here. So that is something that I wanted to like touch on with this video, about the cost of living here. I mean, you're always gonna hear different people talking about different things, and everybody has their own opinion. By no means, this is my disclaimer, by no means that what I'm sharing is just how everybody's opinion is. This is just mine and mine alone. And Logan can also, he's been seeing how expensive it is. If you guys have watched our recent Friday night eats where we went to Max's in Manila, you will see for 2 people and what we ordered cost us $43 just for our meal. And there were times when we went to Zippy's and it ranged anywhere for 2 people, it ranged from $50 to $60. So that should give you guys an idea. I mean, yeah, of course, the little more upscale the restaurant is or the eatery is, it's going to cost more. I swear if you would eat like at Jack in the Box or McDonald's, it'll probably be cheaper. But like for Logan and I, we don't like McDonald's anymore, that kind of thing. So, because it's not good for your stomach, I can tell you that with McDonald's. But there's always going to be costly, like I'm trying to get all these things out in this time frame. But yeah, things here for me and what I know and what I've seen and my experiences, and Logan's even seen it now. His eyes are like opening up more, should I say. Like one of those things we knew, but when we went to California, made our eyes pop, So that's the reason why a lot of people are moving out of state that I know of and I'm aware of and I experience, is because it is too expensive to live here. You can't really do anything to where you can't even really save money. It's a struggle to save money. And there are housing here that you can get on just to like if you're low income, but the wait list is super, super long. You don't really have a chance to get on it. And when you get on it, it's like years down the line, So just to live in a place where you can put a roof over your head, have food on the table, there's a lot of people who struggle really bad just to do that. And by the end of the month, they're broke. It's tough. So there are a lot of people who are moving out of state because of the money situation, because they can get more for their money living in another state than they can here in Hawaii. And it's the cost. I can tell you guys right now, last month was a struggle for us. Financial wise, especially I keep getting notifications on my phone, so I'm gonna like flip it around. Especially financially wise, I'll be honest with you guys, because now it went down to one income household with just me. My money hasn't been stretched. I went into the negatives with my bank account. So I've been praying, and all that kind of stuff, and I've been looking for jobs. I have an interview at 3:00 today, and it's currently 12:17. So for a job, and the money is tight. It's really, really tight. So that's why I know a lot of people have left the state because of financial reasons. They wanted to have more for their money. So it is hard to save money, but I mean, you guys don't have to take my word for this, but take my word for this when I say, yeah, I know how to budget, I know how to micromanage and to save, but it can be a hardship, especially when you need to, what's the word I want to use? Like, when you need things or need new things that have broken down or replaced things, you gotta like figure out what to do and all that. But that's the whole point with this video that I wanted to share with you guys, is that, people say Hawaii is paradise, but I feel differently. Like I said, my eyes have popped since coming back from California, especially the second time we went up there. And not just because of the cost, but there's a lot of things that I don't even know if it's a subject that I can probably talk about without, number one, YouTube taking it down or like causing that's the word I want to use, like friction among people. But I see a lot of things now about Hawaii, and it's not paradise. I can get into this whole big thing, but I don't know if I should. Maybe that's for another video. So anyway, I hope you guys got something out of this video. I mean, Hawaii is, what is this thing on? I think that's a pimple. Hawaii is a great place to visit, but it's not a great place to live. It's not paradise in a sense that it's like a tropical island, maybe like some more palmers or something. It's not that kind of paradise. At least for me, it's not. So, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, this is just something new that I wanted to post on here. So if you guys want to have more videos like this, by all means, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell, and you know what, leave a comment in the comment section. If you guys want to see more like topic videos like this on this channel, because we're trying to broaden our horizons, just be on vlogs and keep the vlogs, but adding more. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.